ethanol, hydrogen, methane, ammonia, dimethyl ester, gasoline, and then now nature of conversion. Basically, nature means there are 4 types of conversions which are most commonly used. Now, first is current technology, grain to ethanol plant, which is very much common and commonly used. In which what we do, we use grain. Firstly, we import the grain to the mill. From the grain, it releases starch from kernel, and that starch will move to the cooker, and the cooker will add some enzymes. There's they break down the starch into the sugar. Then that sugar will move to the fermentator, where the fermentation occurs. The fermentation is a process in which sugar is converted into ethanol. Then the ethanol is not very much pure. That ethanol will move for the distillation. And the distillation process we get a pure ethanol and water and plus DDGS. DDGS stands for dry distillated grain distillate. It is a high nutrient, means a food for livestock. Now here is another technology, is a whole crop biorefinery. The previous thing we were seeing, we were only using that grass, and the residual was wasted. So in this technology, that we can utilize whole crop for the production of energy fuel. Okay, the first process is almost same, only there is a one addition. After milling, there is a separation. There we can get easily the corn oil, and then finally we get the DDGS and the ethanol and another fermentation product and plus water. And that DDGS can also be utilized for generation of renewable transportation fuel. Where we mix DDGS store in gasifier, we add some air, that will be converted into the gases, and that gas is peroxide because it's not pure gas. So this gas, after cleaning, we extract carbon dioxide from that gas, and we add some catalyst to upgrade the efficiency of the gas, and this renewable gas can be used for the transportation purposes. Next. Now here is lignocellulosic biorefinery. Here the input is fiber. In the processing, the fiber is break down into the 2 parts. Number lignin and hollow is cellulose. Okay, the lignin requires the same process for gasification and we get renewable transportation. And the hollow cellulose are sacrificed in the sacrification process, where we add cellulose and enzyme which convert it into, actually cellulose also a kind of glucose starch. Okay, that convert starch into the C5 and C6 sugar, and that C5 sugar is converted into the ethanol. We get ethanol after distillation. Here the whole crop is utilized, and a minimum quantity of gas is generated. Okay, sir. Now there is a thermochemical biorefinery. It's the same process which we have already discussed. Actually, is a detail out here. We also, when we add fiber and air, we also give some temperature to produce, convert the product into the gases. Now, time gas formation biorefinery. Now, firstly, we were using the gas as a transportation tool. Now we convert that gas into the ethanol through this process. When we get the gas from the gas cleaning, we fermentate that gas, and that gas, what is the carbon monoxide and nitrogen fermentate to the alcohol and carboxylic acid and polyester, and they were distillated in the distillation process, and we get ethanol and other fermentation products and plus water. Now, here a question arises. These all processes need energy to operate, which we are utilizing. Is that energy more than energy, the energy required for the production of biofuel is more than energy supplied? Here a question arises. It could be more than, because we are adding using fossil fuel to giving energy for production of biofuel. Okay, now next I am giving you answers now. Now the plant engineer, there was a ratio, we have estimated ratio in different 3 criteria or different 3 prospects. The first is the plant engineer, the energy balance. What he do the motor fuel energy means the output from the biorefinery, and the input or the feedstock energy means the crop energy, and processing energy involves thermal energy and electricity. Okay, sir, please. Okay. Environmental is energy balance. What he will do, he will consider all the things involved in the production. Means the diesel fuel for production and the transportation of agriculture, and the crop involved need fertilizer to grow up, and that fertilizer requires energy to for their production. Okay, and that energy is also included in crop energy. So that crop energy utilized in the biorefinery, it requires thermal energy, and thermal energy throws natural gas, and it requires electricity, and it could produce some waste. Okay, and we also consider this because of we are considering it as environmental. So finally we will get motor fuel energy. So next, we will divide this book. Now this is the National Security Advisor energy. Means there are the persons who set the criteria for the nation. That is called National Security Advisor. So what he will consider all input as one, and output will divide input as the petroleum drive forces in, and output is the ethanol energy. Yes, now here we got the answer of the question which I have asked previously. Now, as plant engineer, the ratio of grain ethanol is 0.38 and the gasoline is 0.84. It means that according to the plant engineer, gasoline is more suitable. But if we see on the concept of environmentalist, we get the ratio is 1.3, which is a suitable ratio for any product, for any production. Okay, and for the gasoline is 0.18, it is very low. Okay, and this of course is the concept of National Security Advisor. It's not 14, it's 1.4. Here's the mistake. Okay, the ratio is 1.4. And the gasoline gives 0.81. Okay. Now the average difference of 14 different study groups ranges 0.4 to 2.1. This energy ratio becomes very large, but less than. Means this energy ratio can be improved. But if we replace the consumption of fossil fuels by the using of biofuels, this ratio can be become very large, but it should be less than 10. Okay, next slide. Now some people are disagree with this technology. There are some reasons. Some important reason is yield of grain on the farmland, because the corn has a maximum energy for production, has constitute maximum energy for production. It says that it will also take the maximum energy from the land. That's why if we are going to install biorefinery, we should grow the corn. The amount of energy consumed to produce fertilizer means in the fertilizer we use natural gas. Natural gas is a fossil fuel and a very limited source, and the natural gas is also used in the distillation and drying purposes. That's why some people deny that. The amount of energy consumed within the manufacturing system. Why disagreement? Now there was some earlier technologies where the ratio can less than 1. And we are generating the biofuel from the biorefinery, the ratio was less than 1. But in the newer technology, it is announced as above 1. Okay, next. The optimal size of a plant. Firstly, I would like to clear what is the optimal size. Achievable reduced size, which can be achieved on our sources. It's called optimal size. The fossil fuel plant size unit of cost of production. In the cost production of fossil fuels, we include the product cost of fuel transportation and plant operation. the fuel transportation is independent of the plant size, but the plant operation the cost of plant operation will decrease with the increase in the size of plant. Okay, but for biomass plant, the optimal size for least cost unit product is we also consider these three factors here. The fuel transportation price is increasing. There's an increase in the size of the plant, and also the plant operation is cost is decreasing with the increase in the size of plant. Now these are some ratios comparison with the sugarcane ethanol plant and biomass power plant. There is one confusion in sometimes we consider two different things as a one. One is there is the biomass power plant is another thing, and the sugarcane or you say the ethanol plant is or biorefinery is another thing. Okay, the optimal size of biomass power plant is much larger than the ethanol plant. Okay, the optimizing curves are relatively flat and depend on the ratio of biomass transportation of cost processing plant cost. This study shows that the size is not very much small. So, but it's not very much cost. It's optimal, and the United States, as I already told you. In the United States, the sufficient biomass is available for the production of biofuels. And the number of plants configuration are possible for production of bio-based fuels, not just ethanol and bio-based production. We have discussed that there are a number of plants can be available for the production of the biofuels. And the biofuels are not only ethanol, there are many other just methane, hydrogen, and I have told you earlier. Advanced technology can further improve the energy balance of bio-based. This function will move to advanced technology. It also gives us a better efficiency of the biofuels. Okay, now the further study is required to understand the factor influencing optimal size of biorefinery. Means we must study to get, or we must work on reduction of the size of biorefinery. Okay. Thank you very much. This was my presentation.